suppose I might as well start recording this. This might be good. Nothing here either. Sorry, checking all my socials. Nope, nothing here. Is the one person here already following? Because, I mean, I have a couple followers. If you have an account you're following, or if not, make an account real quick. You don't have to follow. Just, let me know how you got here, just so I know. What my most effective way of contacting viewers is. At this moment, I'm working on all of it. And I'm working on streaming more as well. And if you're watching this on YouTube, if I upload this part, I don't know if I will. Yeah, I'm working on uploading to YouTube, making more music, everything. A lot of stuff has happened at work. Not gonna go into that stuff though. But without further ado, let me turn off this shitty goddamn music in the background. I'm just kidding. It's my own music. It's great. But yes, I'm going to be trying out a new style of content, as you can tell, the just chatting, slash some YouTube content. If you're a fan of Moist Critical, otherwise known on YouTube as Penguins Zero, that's Penguins with a Z, or his highlight channel, Huge Charles, also known as his real name, I believe, Charles Wright. He does a lot of reaction stuff. He does speed running. I ain't gonna do none of that shit. But this, as you can tell, especially just by what browser I use and everything in here. I'll pull this up real quick. That I use. Yeah. I'm a fan of his, and this is kind of his style of content. But I thought it might be interesting for me to do personally. So, here we go. Boom. There you go. YouTube name, what he looks like. Might look familiar. He's pretty big in the YouTube space. But we're going to do a couple videos. A little bit here. Maybe about an hour. And then do an hour of Crisis. But yeah, we have some videos lined up. Boom. We're going to do those. Or as many as we can tonight, that is. And yeah, so let's do that. It's some of these people I have just found literally tonight, and their content made me be like, yo, I want to do this. So starting off right. Charles Wright. I'm just kidding. Let's do this. This is PSP Movie Games by YungJunko. I watched, I think it was the PSP tie-in games by YungJunko, and really enjoyed it. And yeah, so without further ado, let's fucking head out.
Do not go gentle into that good night. Games on PSP. Movie games.
There we go.
For a talking trash can.
I also like that. It's kind of like the old school, the old school, fucking, what the fuck is it? Shit, it's been so long since I've thought of this. Annoying orange. Annoying orange. That's what it reminds me of. The trash can, that is.
Here, we'll be back to purple brick wall paradise in no time. Oh god. Oh god, no.
Okay, hold on. Let me back it up here, actually.
It's taking me. Now based on
I have played all but 2 of these games. Not the PSP versions, but the actual, I think actually both of them, GameCube. One of them I owned, the other one was through GameFly. I'll let y'all guess. The one viewer. This will be a way for the one viewer to actually engage if he, she, they want to. And if not, if I get more than 1 or 2 viewers on the YouTube VOD once I edit this, y'all will receive a round of applause similar to this. That is what will happen. Let's go on, though. Guess what? 2 games out of these 4. So you have kind of 1 out of 4 chance with each guess. So like 50-50, I guess. I don't know. Let's go on.
Movie titles. That's okay. We'll just wait it out over here, and we'll be back to Purple Brick Wall Paradise in no time. Oh god. Oh god, no. No.
What is it?
Please, no, not that one.
No, what is it? No! Oh no,
Okay.
the fucking Dragon Ball Z fucking movie tie-in game.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yep, Dragon Ball Evolution, that's what it was.
You ever want to play a PSP game based on a terrible 2008 core live-action anime adaptation? Here it is.
Every time I do.
Just based this off the movie. No, they threw in the entire screenplay here. I am being bombarded by text box after text box.
Really?
Interior, high school, day. Goku looks like the lead singer of
What the
Christian
fuck is this,
band.
Danganronpa?
What
the fuck?
Fights from the cartoon. Boring. I want to see
Boring.
the images of these actors smacking against each other. Yo, what did you say to me?
Yo, dude,
You smell nice. Yeah?
this is literally like Danganronpa, maybe like Ace Attorney, like Ace Attorney vibes. And it's a fighting game. It's not even like one of those games to where it's actually interesting and it makes sense. Let's go on.
Yeah, you smell nice too. Yeah. Yeah. Call me by your name, bro.
Call me by mine.
Goku.
Say it again.
Goku.
Okay, this is
Goku. God, I love you, stupid.
This is
walk.
There's a lot of people watching.
this is pretty hot.
Watch. The game itself has these very potent Street Fighter to the movie, the game vibes to it, where it's like they took something that was.
I forgot that was a thing, honestly.
Character like Dragon Ball Z, and then they bludgeoned it into this abomination, and then tried to mold that back into a game. So now you have whatever this Cronenberg creature of whatever this is supposed to be. My grandpa's dead.
No.
Those other Dragon Ball Arena fighter games, but is this good? I can't
My
really tell. I'm
grandpa's
just
been
mashing a
dead for
bunch
quite a
of
while
buttons,
now, I
and
tell
it's
you what,
working
boy.
out for me, so I don't know. Whatever. I think it's safe to say this is probably the best way to experience Dragon Ball Evolution.
Hello, Samwood Wiki.
Have a PSP.
Yeah.
That means you have a pretty small penis.
Oh shit! Watch out. Next up, we got Mike
Fucking-
Transformers the game. Say what you.
I fucking forgot that was a meme. Fucking PSP meme, pretty small penis. Childhood memories.
Cool about that first movie, but every scene is like an orgy of explosions and metal and lasers and cars. And come on, you take a vehicular combat game like Twisted Metal and a third-person shooter like Gears of War, and that should make for a decent Transformers game. Right? Instead, we now have the spiritual successor to Big Rigs. Somehow, they made Transformers extremely bland and unexciting. This really feels like some student project that got thrown into a PSP.
That's it. I'm blowing you to microscraps, Bumblebee.
That's what she said. Oh!
This is awesome.
Fucking
Weird, 'cause you got a
great.
pretty big arsenal of weapons and transforming between
Exactly
different
what I
body
want
powers
from a
pretty
fucking
snappy,
video
so it's
game.
like there could have been so many
Although
games
this
you're playing as
does
this
look
big,
pretty good,
overpowered Titan, but even when you're on the
overall for
Decepticon, your goal is to
PS2 or
destroy the United
PS2,
States.
PSP game.
Military base, you're still
It
fighting
basically
controls
looks
and
like a Wii
competitive
game.
shootout fest.
So that's for a handheld, not too bad,
This is giving me a
I
headache.
suppose.
That's it. I'm blowing you to microscraps, Bumblebee.
Hey, yo, I think I got hit a little too hard.
Rocky Balboa for PSP.
Oh my
this
God.
was meant to coincide with the 6th movie, and I'll tell you something.
Oh my
right
God.
now, I really wanted
Oh
this
my
as a
God.
kid. I was a huge Rocky fan. I remember just the Wikipedia page, just staring at it like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. But when it came out, I could not find it. So that tells you something when this game comes out and it's not anywhere. Something's up. But finally playing it all these years later, I gotta say, this was everything I wanted it to be.
Kinda
No
looks
pussyfooting around,
like,
you're just fighting through every match in the
the
entire
newer
Rocky
version of
franchise.
Punch
That's
Out
all
on
I
the
wanted.
Wii.
Like your first match is against Spy.
Actually, cool story with that. Don't know. Here, let's go into the. Let's go into this mode. Don't know how many of you know either what Sam's Club is or have ever been there or were there back, I would say, actually as their heyday, because maybe that's not just their fault, but just company's fault overall, but their selection kind of sucks now. And I live in a place where Costco isn't an option, so that's also a thing. But I actually have a fun story with Punch Out, the Wii version, that is. I remember because I was super into fighting games like UFC, WWE, that type of fighting games, not like say your Mortal Kombats or Street Fighters. Even though I did like those, I did, and I still do. But I remember my grandma being like, "Oh, I was gonna get you this one game, but I didn't know if you would like it," and it ended up being Punch Out. And actually, at that point, I had never heard of the even the original Punch Out. I had never heard of any of the Punch Out series, any of that. I know that the Wii game, I think, was the third game in the series, if I remember correct, because they had Punch Out and then Super Punch Out for the SNES, and then Punch Out, which was supposed to be a reboot for the Wii. And I remember a few months after that, we were supposed to go back there. We did. And I remember seeing it, and I was like, "Oh, this is what you were talking about. Can you get me this?" And I can't remember the reason why, but it was like basically like, "Oh, it was that or this." And the other thing, like, as a kid, meant more to me, whereas now I see like, oh, me experiencing Punch Out or anything like that might have been better than, I don't know, something like throwawayable, like say like a bag of chips, something like that, basically. And yeah, that's my story with Punch Out. Let's go on.
Spider Rico. Who? You know, Spider, the guy Rocky fights for like a 20-second scene in the beginning of the first movie. That's who. It makes you wonder, like, what's his story? Does Spider have his own Adrian sitting on the sidelines rooting for him? Is it that guy?
I love you, Spider.
Here you get to rewrite
Hell
history
yeah.
and beat Apollo Creed as Rocky in Rocky 1 like Rocky did in Rocky 2. And then you get to beat Apollo Creed in Rocky 2 like Rocky did in Rocky 2. It's just like the movie and it's also not.
Hell
Want some
yeah.
Rocky 4 revenge porn for Apollo? Here it is. If Drago dies, he dies. The controls here feel pretty responsive and nice. They kind of feel like a simplified version of something like the Fight Night games. It's just studying the opponent, learning their moves, and using these power punch combos to get a good opening and wail on them.
Okay.
When you pull it off, the punches here feel so satisfying. They got this nice heavy presence to them. My only real issue is these matches
Nice.
take forever, even when you're absolutely dominating. I'm just knocking Spider Rico down over and over again. He just keeps getting up. I can do this all day.
Actually, I'll have to play this at some point, especially since I have a good capture card now. Capture card now. Fight Night Champion. If it's still on Game Pass on Xbox One, that is. Let's go on. Wow. Wow.
I want a divorce.
It gets really exhausting in these later fights, and I tell you, I almost lost my mind when all the footage I recorded got corrupted and I had to do all these fights over again. One fight can easily last an actual 15 minutes. There is a lot at stake here when you lose. Especially when you get knocked down and the mechanic to pull yourself back up on your feet straight up doesn't work. This meter right
Although I will say, thinking about it, this looks pretty good for a PSP game.
here is lying to you. Do not even look at it. Even the in-game tutorial doesn't teach you this, but the main goal is to line up the splitting images you see on the ref. That's what you need to be looking for. If you try to use this meter, you're gonna overshoot it, and you're gonna have to endure these long fights over again. This poor guy on GameFAQs 11 years ago that nobody answered, I hope you see this one day. I'm so sorry. It can be a bit monotonous at times, but it's still a decently fun game. I just don't recommend playing it for long stretches unless your thumbs can take the hits and keep moving forward. Speaking of, you can also play as old Rocky versus young Rocky in this looper type setup. I love how the announcers are just like, yep, this is happening.
Rocky Balboa and Rocky Balboa.
I didn't hear no bell. No, I didn't hear no bell. No, I didn't hear no bell. No, I didn't hear no bell. I didn't hear no bell. I didn't hear no bell.
When the movie Avatar first debuted in theaters, there were reports of fans experiencing severe depression due to their inability to visit the film's dazzling fantasy planet. Now, 7 years later, there's finally a cure for the Avatar blues.
Avatar on PSP.
The otherworldly land of
Okay. I actually remember wanting the 360 version of this game.
Reality.
You can go right under that one central floating mountain there and feel its mass.
Oh yeah,
above you, and that's when you
definitely.
really know you're on an alien world.
Look, I don't know why, but I really thought this one might at least be average with some fun moments here and there, but this this sucks. I get that the movie gets a lot of flack for its story being derivative, but come on, look at these set pieces.
I mean,
You got
the
mech,
story
choppers
was
fighting
better
dragons, and the
than
game just strips away all that.
anything that
This is
the
definitely a PSP movie
games
game
took from
2009.
it.
It's just chocked full of the
Like
same
the
cool time
actual
events
story
over
in the
and over.
movie.
And what's worse is, unlike the other versions of this game, you're stuck to playing as the Na'vi. So all you get is a boring staff and
Dumb.
an arrow while all the enemies get all the cool stuff. Your aim doesn't matter. The arrow will always strike right in the midsection. You always have to do everything the specific way the game wants you to. You can't even really avoid stealth because you can't aim while taking damage, meaning you have to slowly trudge through these stealth sections and these escort missions. There's nothing here to spice these things up. Not even a hot coffee mod minigame where you get to get ponytails with your 10-foot tall bad
Good
boy
old
bitch that
San
comes up to you the
Andreas
same second Your
reference.
dad decides to wake up from his 90-minute nap in the movie theater right before he says, just what kind of movie did you drag me into? Look, if I'm getting a game where you play as a blue person, it better be a real man's game. Like a Megamind, the Blue Defender.
Hell yeah.
Yes, we're finally here.
Fuck yeah.
It's that other
Exactly
PSP
what I
game about a
wanted.
bruised testicle. They say one designer spent an agonizing 4 years programming Megamind's cape.
I bet.
This one acts more as a Ratchet and Clank-esque game where you get an array of cartoonish weapons to eradicate a bunch of construction workers and smack them around
Fuck
with your
yeah.
dipstick. I'm honestly kind of surprised this even exists. This one came out
Why?
in 2010, and by then I remember
This
feeling
is
like
a
the PSP was
gaming
already kind of out of
masterpiece.
most
I don't know what
people's
your
minds. But not the Megaminds, baby. What I also
shit,
kind of find
yeah.
odd about this relatively
Dude,
later
was
PSP
that
release is
Boss
DreamWorks
Baby?
kind of typically
What
gloss
the
over the PSP.
fuck?
Yeah, they did release those Shrek games and the over-the-head Hammy Goes Nuts game we talked about, but they skipped over
No.
everything else. We
Although I
got
did
PSP
watch that
ports of
video.
How to Train Your
Great
Dragon,
video.
Madagascar, Monsters vs. Aliens, not even B-movie. Why we didn't get those games on PSP will just be another
Fucking
one of those
great.
gaming, but why those? Just like, why the fuck?
I actually think I had the PC demo of B-Movie the game. Pretty sure. Unless that was a fucking fever dream. Pretty sure I had it though.
Did they make a game called Madagascar Carts and not just call
Why
it
not?
Madagascarts? But we randomly got Megamind, and it's
Cause
decent. It's a very inoffensive movie tie-in game where you're shooting through wave after wave of enemy until your kid's brain goes so numb they won't have the energy to scream and piss all over Payless while you're trying to check out. You unlock some cooler and sillier weapons as you progress, like this electric whip or one that just causes a bunch of inflation porn, but for so much of the beginning of the game you're stuck with the same boring pistol, and it just makes things very
Dumb.
monotonous. It would a game like this really needs? It is some gore.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Is this the fucking Gears of War fucking soundtrack? Sounds like it.
This
Fuck
is
yeah.
300. March to...
Y'all heard that before? Hold on. Oh shit. Fuck that up. Hell yeah, there we go. Nope. Hold on. It gets good. Trust me. I think it gets it. Right here. Right here it starts getting good. Fuck yeah. Hold on. Listen to this shit. Definitely, actually, for sure one of the games I want to stream, play in its entirety, especially with Gears 1. Gears 1 I only played once, this as well. Gears 3 never played. Gears 4 played about part of it. It exists on YouTube somewhere. I'm not gonna tell you where to find it because I am ashamed of those videos, most of them. And Gears 5 played like 20 minutes on my own. Hold on. Yeah, played like 20 minutes on my own of Gears 5. Great fucking game series though. Never played Gears Judgment either. Actually, fuck, I just remembered. Gears Tactics. Played like about 20 minutes of that on Xbox. Played like shit, but that was because it was on Xbox. Let's go on.
Glory. One thing that was cool about the PSP earlier in its life is that it would get these random licensed exclusives, sometimes just for like the hell of it. And you know what? This one's awesome. Sure, the smarter move probably would have been to make a Nintendogs type game where you lather baby oil
Fuck
on
yeah.
Gerard Butler until he falls in
I
love
would
with you,
love
but
that.
this hack
Gerard
is what to do
Butler.
instead. And a damn pretty good one was made here. You got a nice blend of combos and attacks with your weapons, and you can even shield bash in slow motion, just like the movie. You can throw your shield Captain America style and decapitate enemies, and every now and then a sea of arrows will start raining down, so be ready. Spear throwing, that's a good trick. There's some interesting
Holy
ideas
fuck.
here to mix things up too, like these phalanx sequences where you control a bunch of bundled up beefcakes to advance and take on this Mondo elephant. It's just like that one Muscle March game for the Wii, except it's just a little bit bloodier. This one's pretty good. Check this one out. What other violent movie games do we got on PSP? Let's see. Ooh.
Probably a
Made
bunch.
game based off of your dad's favorite flea market beach towel. It's Scarface. Money, power, respect.
Fuck yeah.
Immediately what comes to mind when you think of this movie is it.
Never seen this movie.
Violence, blood, parades of gunfire, copious amounts of cocaine, getting chainsawed to death in a bathtub, bodies getting hanged from a helicopter, so much violence. This is gonna make for a brutal game.
Okay, Tony. Let me show you the basics of running my operation. If you don't know...
This fucking looks like Godfather 2 game.
You can use the analog stick or directional buttons to move around.
Actually, another fun story. I think my fun stories are gonna make this one video last basically the little time we have for our reaction shit tonight. But honestly, I actually fuck, I wish I could remember the site, but basically you would trade in like games or send out games. You could earn these credits on it, and instead of paying for games, you could use those credits and it would pay for everything, not just the game but the shipping, everything. I had actually, and I had even got the points for it. Here, let me switch over to Cam here real quick. I actually had got the points for it. I had shipped it out bought a USB flash drive, one of the old school like SanDisk ones, like the cheap ass like 2 GB black ones you could get that were shoddy on if they worked at the best. But got one of those, put on like figured out how to copy which actually I don't know if it was him. Actually, let me check here. Boom, we'll go over to desktop. Yep, it was this dude, Oboe Shoes Gaming, or here. However you want to say that. It was actually his video that I watched that actually got me interested in him earlier tonight. God damn it. Hold on. Fuck it. It lost. Now. We go on to video. I forgot that story.
Yep. This is Scarface on PSP. It's just this. I shit you not. What you're looking at right now is pretty much the whole game.
This is the whole game? This is bad.
It's like some joke. I mean, it was no secret. Scarface would make for a good game. The essence of it's all there. Just go play Vice City Stories, because I have no clue what this is.
Or just fucking play The Godfather on PS2. From everything I know, hard as fuck game, but with an actual game behind it.
Scarface game released on PS2, Xbox, and Wii, and was more akin to what you'd expect, an open-world Grand Theft Auto type experience.
Like I was saying, if any of you know, like Godfather 2, that came out, I think, on 360, PS3, that era. 7th generation.
Perhaps a PSP port would be too ambitious, but typically when console games reported here, they typically did well to match it, and when they couldn't, usually you'd see a game that at least tried to resemble the original. Here they just said, fuck it, here's a map. It's basically a strategy game where you have to take over different territories, peddle drugs, hire thugs, and build your drug empire. No dishwasher minigame.
So more like SimCity. Or not SimCity. Civilization.
No shooting sections, nothing. You do get these sequences whenever you try to take over a territory that offer some strategy, but it's all pretty automated. This is the closest thing to actual gameplay you get. It's not bad, but it is really underwhelming that a Scarface game is not much more than a little interactive interface. It's more of a virtual board game when there was the potential for so much more. I love how this game basically worships the movie. Between levels, you get these like 10-minute long clips, and then the loading screen has quotes from the movie with their timestamp as if they're quoting the Bible itself.
Oh my
God.
God.
All this did was make me want to get Scarface, the actual movie, for PSP, which oh my goodness. Okay,
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. $1,500 for the fucking UMD version of fucking Scarface. What the fuck?
PSP is worth $1,000. Okay, that's great. I'll just stick.
$1,500, motherfucker.
You know, come to think of it, it's kind of funny that you have these UMD movies for PSP and these game adaptations being sold at the same time. Like, you'd think there had to be a clueless.
Probably a bundle. Shit. Okay.
Schmuck or two out there thought, holy shit, finally click the video game.
What's up, everybody? Today we're speedrunning Superbad for PSP.
I have not seen the last two videos.
No tool
movies.
I'm aiming to beat my last PB. Let's do this. Okay, first, as soon as McLovin shows
Oh
up,
my God! I didn't even know there was a fucking Spider-Man version of that shit. What the fuck?
Into thinking you already have McLovin's fake in your inventory, glitching you straight to the convenience store. And not only that, the robber that's supposed to show up, what happens is he's not going to fully load in, but right when the 3D model of his fist connects on the 8th frame, press triangle. What this does in turn is cause Jonah Hill's hitbox to extend past the boundaries of the level where the NPCs are all secretly loaded into, which will cause the game to register the period.
Hold on.
On the 8th frame, press triangle. What this does in turn is cause Jonah Hill's hitbox to extend past the boundaries of the level where the end.
Emma Stone. What's his face right there? Don't like him. Middle. Seth Rogen, don't like him. Especially. I mean, they're not bad, but their style of comedy, don't like it. Emma Stone. Always had a hella crush on Emma Stone. Let's go.
These are all secretly loaded into, which will cause the game to register the period dance scene early. Now I'm going to be showing you how you can actually headbutt Emma Stone straight into the end credits.
What?
Next up, while I do not support this movie's horrific display of trash can violence, we have The Godfather on PSP. Now you're probably wondering why.
Okay, it was mentioning The Godfather earlier.
VHS collection. Well, in the 2000s, there was this phenomenon where a bunch of classic movies started getting these video game renditions. You see what?
Always wanted the Warriors. Heard kind of a good thing about the game. Never played it. Never seen any footage of either the movie or the game, though.
It's been sacrilegious to try to remake these movies, even though some of them are already remakes. So what?
Oh my God! Hold up. Hold up.
You see, it would have been
Hold on a
sacrilegious to try to
second.
remake these movies, even though some of them are already.
The Thing. Even the Xbox version. I had both the Xbox original and PS2 versions of these games. And I fucking loved them at the time. I fucking thought they were great. It was way after their time. I had an Xbox 360 at this point, but I had played them and I had loved them. And I think that would be something that would be fun for us all to go through and experience together, because I fucking loved those games. These types of games, like these shitty survival horror games. I'm gonna have to get like a couple of them, just because I'm sure especially this one and a lot of them don't hold up now, and get some old school snacks of the variety and just have a long nostalgia session with y'all. I think that'd be a lot of fun, and probably y'all would like it too. Let's keep going here, though.
Remakes. So what better way to keep these properties making money than to make them interactive, so your type 2 diabetic uncle
True.
can live out his dreams of being Tony Montana thanks to the Wiimote Raggle.
Oh my God, I didn't know there was a fucking Wii version of that. What the fuck?
Godfather, Mob Wars. Now, I haven't seen Godfather, but I have seen...
I haven't either.
So I know a
The
thing or
God
two
Thumb, I
about
haven't even seen
running
that.
around the block, and so far, so good.
Like I
It's
said,
more of an
I
adventure
remember
experience.
ordering this game and
You'll be bashing
my
your
parents
heads
being
into Broly's,
pissed.
the third-person shooter.
That's the story I was trying to say earlier. With that website, I ordered this game. It showed up. I was at school or something. My parents found it, and my dad, he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Because I was like I said, in school, and I was like in elementary school, like 4th, maybe 5th grade at the most. And yeah, he basically found that and was like, "Why the fuck do you have this? How did you get it?" And I was like, "Oh." At first I was like, "I don't know," as a kid, being scared, lied, was crying. They eventually said why. And then I remember actually, one night I stole it back because it was still in their room. They hadn't sent it back. I stole it back from them, basically. Played it for a couple hours. Gave it back. Put it in the room. They never knew. But I was a dumbass kid, and this wasn't like Grand Theft Auto, to where it holds your hand. So let's go.
Awesome ragdoll physics. It's really astonishing to
Never
see
saw
that
any of
the
it.
6
Whoa!
game pull this off so well. So you got this nice
I would have fucking
handheld
loved this
shooter
game
slash brawler,
whenever
but
I
the problem
fucking,
is a lot of the
like I
games
said,
are
whenever I
standard
fucking got it, I
disjointed.
would have loved this
So much
game.
meandering that doesn't make sense here. The console version was an open world game with driving mechanics. Here, that open world is now gone. You're playing in close-off sections and
Fuck.
you're always on foot.
Yeah, I
You
remember
still
being
do these
open world.
objectives
I
and
obviously,
destroy
I
businesses
played the
and climbing
PS2
tops.
version, not
This
this
works in
version.
an open world, but when it's done these linear levels,
Should have
there's no real
clarified
point
that
to this.
earlier.
It just feels like you're wasting time before getting to the good stuff. But bam!
Bam!
The game's not letting me get to the next level. I
Whoa.
have to do this thing called Mob Wars.
What?
No.
What is Mob
No,
Wars?
No.
Time to take over New York City for the Corleones, one neighborhood at a time.
In mob wars, money is used to recruit mobsters and play cards. Strengthen your own territory.
Okay, Tony.
Wait. Let's just look at some of these menus.
Money is used.
Welcome to Mob War. Zoom in literally. Okay.
Recruit mobsters.
Perfect Chris 40K.
And play cards. Strengthen your own
Rumor.
territory.
Choose which family to raid.
Okay. Let me show you the
This
basics of
seems
running
like
my
a very
operation.
convoluted, like
This is another takeover the
JRPG.
territory strategy game shoot horned in. So don't worry,
Okay.
thank God, it's optional. And what's good is you
Oh,
do
it's
get
optional.
actual direct control of the gameplay. But it's even more disjointed than the story mode. You're just doing random objectives when you take over each territory. This kind of stuff's just not for me.
I agree, but I disagree. A lot of these older games did it a lot better than most newer games, to where it's the same shit, but it's fucking boring. To whereas a lot of the shit was pretty interesting just because it was so hard. Whoa, I didn't even know this was a thing.
It's gotta have some fun moments in it.
I've never even fucking heard or seen anything about this. What the fuck? And I know about bad fucking, not only movie games, but just bad fucking games in general. I fucking watch what happened.
So little here to mix things
You
up. You're just
motherfuckers.
trudging along looking like the beef jerky Sasquatch, trying not to step
The
on
beef
his own
jerky
spicy
Sa-
beef poop. You'd think
I mean,
Arsenal
he's
has
not
games
wrong,
where
though.
This would feel more fun and engaging, but it's super stiff and way too easy. But as
Way
you
too
progress, the
easy.
player
This
will
looks
eventually
like
face
just
the greatest
based on the
challenge yet.
controls, it would be
Surviving
fucking
this
hard, but
interior.
maybe not interior. What?
Someone wrote on the bathroom wall that Predator smells bad.
Pretty
I
smells
overheard Ashley
bad.
tell the other girls that I
Fucking
really
pretty,
call
you
them
nasty
Duff, which
hoe.
I found out online means designated ugly.
Duff, a term that was popular in the early 2000s. Oh, so me. Fuck.
Fat
I shouldn't have
friend.
paused that
So
and
after
read
shoot
that.
practice, I confronted Ashley about it. Kinda killed her, but didn't make me feel any better. I just wanted
Oh,
to
she was
know.
hot. I'm just
But
kidding.
sometimes I wish I could.
Whoa!
Speaking of invisible, faithful viewer, does any part of your brain still remember that fever dream you had called Arthur and the Invisibles?
No,
You don't remember
I never
this movie?
seen
It
this
was part of
actually.
that weird time in the mid-2000s.
That actually looks like a lot better animation than a lot of shit that happens these days, but I don't know how old this is, so let's go. I've never seen this. Oh, fucking open season, fucking, hoodwinked, fucking wow. Dougal, never seen
Arthur
Dougal.
and the Invisibles was a blend of live action and 3D, though, a lot like James and the Giant Peach was with stop motion. You got Charlie Bucket crawling into a world with a
Okay,
bunch of
I did
super
seen
tiny
that.
heroes called the Minimorphs.
I did seen that. Tell you what, Mom.
Fueled by copious amounts of cocaine. This
Cocaine,
little family
I
movie
love
was
it.
directed by Luc Besson, the same guy that
Looks
made
like
this.
fucking, well, he looks like fucking, Artie Lang. Hot. I came. Whoa! What movie is this? Whoa! Holy shit, this looks
he's
crazy.
known for his weird style, and he also probably likes little girls. So he's a
Yeah,
nice
Artie
guy.
Lang.
And apparently he made this weird ass movie, and now I'm playing a PSP game about it.
I mean,
And
the
guess
game
what?
looks better
Only
than the movie.
PSP version of this game was canceled in America. It came out on everything else, but for some reason the French said no.
Interesting.
You filthy Americans are not playing this game on the PSP. No way. So here we are. What did we miss out on? What's this Arthur game on PSP all about? Well, instead of me explaining it, why don't I just let this 100% real promo made for the movie explain it? Just hear how hyped this lady is for this game.
There's also an Arthur and the Invisibles video game.
Hey guys, I'm very hyped here. Glad we can have just another normal, just chatting YouTube night here. You know, if you go to gfuel.com, I believe it's gfuel.com/moistcritical, you can get the new Divine Peach flavor, inspired directly by me. The voice actress for whatever this movie was. But yeah. That's about it, guys. See ya.
Based on the film, where each character, Arthur, Selenia, and Betamesh, has their own special powers for players to act out in their own heroic missions.
This is basically
The level of enthusiasm is, it's off the charts.
your typical kids movie tie-in game, being a mix of a platformer and brawler, and I gotta say, it looks pretty damn good on the PSP. There's a neat charm to the style. It's got a lot of those Jack and Daxter precursor legacy vibes to it. Unfortunately, this is one of those kids games that assumes you've never touched a video game in your life before.
Listen carefully. To move around, use the main direction control.
Let me reiterate that.
You are fake news. Very careful. There's a big, very, very deep hole.
There's a bit. It sounds like fucking, like the South Park characters that, train Matt Parker, yeah, is it Matt Stone, Trey Parker. It sounds like their voices on that, dude. I'm gonna end it after this video. Jesus, I'm so tired.
Use the main direction control. Be very careful. There's a big, very, very deep hole underneath. If you fall in, the adventure will be over. Control the camera, hold the special action button, and use the main direction control. These green bars in the interface. One is missing.
Jesus, fuck!
Wait, I know that voice. That's the voice of Binky from Arthur. Wait a minute, did he get tricked into doing this game?
Is it actually? Oh god, I'm hitting my microphone. Jesus. Hit it again. I don't think I ever watched Arthur as a kid.
Note to self, orange is the new black. Must-have item for summer.
They never knew what hit them.
No. More, Matt Stone, Trey Parker to me.
Thinking it had something to do with like an actual Arthur game? No way, they did. They totally scammed him. Here you're controlling 3 characters with basic advantages, like Binky Barnes has projectiles he can throw, and Arthur's Licorice Pizza love interest has more powerful melee attacks. When the game does leave you to its own devices to solve puzzles, it's a surprisingly well-made movie game. I'm just not sure why the PSP version specifically was canceled here in America. In fact,
yeah, that's very interesting.
Localized here in the States, and I'm not talking about the fact that they pulled the Philosopher's Stone and changed the title for our puny American brains. Basically, the original French cut of Arthur and the Minimoys received a ton of changes in America. Like, they cut any reference to any romance between the 2 main characters because, this kid's like 10. Also, they cut Snoop Dogg's character smoking a fat blunt. You know who made these changes? The Weinsteins. Harvey Weinstein thought this was too nasty.
Nasty ass motherfucker.
Really sick was going on here.
My shit's a joke. His ain't, motherfucker.
You do the honors. I'll be right behind you.
Oh no! Just
all right,
what kind
that's
of movie did you drag me into? Luke,
that's a little far past
shit.
the.
Did you know gaming this movie was also part of
past
the
line for me.
What? This last.
What? There was a trilogy. Okay.
It's not a movie, but it keeps me up. It's something called Geronimo Stilton.
If there was books of that, cause that name and that entire thing looks fucking familiar as fuck. I swear there were books of that. I'm gonna have to look it up after I end this.
Got this right.
I fucking read the books of that, I'm pretty sure.
Stilton, right? He's part of this popular series of children's books in Europe. And
what the fuck did I just say? Yep, I read these. Even though I grew up in fucking bumfuck Colorado, not fucking Europe, but fuck it. Let's ride.
Heard of him here before in the States, and guess what? He got not one, but 2 PSP games released. Guess when? 2013. Guess where?
What? 2013? When did the fucking Vita come out? Hold on. When did the PS Vita come out? Whoa! Ah, that's what I fucking thought.